Welcome back, coin collectors. Today we are showing you the top 4 most valuable US coins that could be hiding in your pocket change right now. Some of these rare coins have sold for thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction, from rare Lincoln pennies to valuable error coins. These small coins may look normal, but they could be worth a fortune. Make sure you watch until the end, because one of these coins might be sitting in your collection right now. Top 1. The 1974 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Elizabeth II, with a large date and no mint mark. This small copper penny may look like an ordinary coin, especially when it appears in circulated condition with scratches and surface damage, but certain rare examples have become extremely desirable among collectors. Some rare pieces have been estimated to reach values around $140,000 in today's auction market, making this coin an exciting discovery for any coin hunter. The 1974 Canadian penny was widely used in everyday circulation across Canada. Millions of coins were produced during that year, and most examples are still very common today. However, collectors are always searching for special varieties and rare features that make certain coins stand out from the rest. Even coins that have been heavily circulated can still be valuable if they have rare characteristics or unusual striking details. This coin is described as having a large date, meaning the numbers in the date appear bold and easy to read. Even when the coin shows signs of wear from circulation, the large date style can usually still be identified by the thicker appearance of the numbers. The absence of a mint mark is normal for Canadian pennies of this period, but collectors still check this detail carefully when identifying valuable coins. The front of the coin shows the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing to the right. Around the portrait are the inscriptions that identify the Queen and the country of issue. On circulated coins, the portrait often shows signs of wear, especially in the hair details and along the edges. Scratches and marks can appear across the surface after years of use, but the main design usually remains clear enough to recognize. The reverse side of the coin features the classic Canadian maple leaf twig design. 2 maple leaves are attached to a single branch in the center of the coin, with the words 1 cent and the date 1974 displayed near the design. The words Canada appear along the top edge. The maple leaves are a well-known national symbol and make this coin instantly recognizable. Even in circulated condition, the outline of the leaves and branch usually remains visible. The example we are discussing today is in circulated condition with scratches and surface damage. Circulated coins have been used in daily transactions for many years, and because of this they often show visible wear. Surface damage may include small dents, rough spots, discoloration, or corrosion. These marks usually lower a coin's value, but rarity can still make a damaged coin very desirable to collectors. Many valuable coins have been discovered in old jars, coin rolls, and family collections. People often ignore old pennies because they seem too common to be worth anything special. However, rare coins can sometimes be hidden among ordinary pieces. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the possibility that a simple coin might turn out to be an extraordinary treasure. A rare 1974 Canadian Elizabeth 1-cent coin valued around $140,000 would be considered an incredible find. Coins reaching this level of value usually attract strong interest at major auctions, where collectors compete to obtain rare examples. Even coins with scratches and surface damage can still bring impressive prices if they have the right features and are confirmed to be genuine. If you have old Canadian pennies, it is always worth checking them carefully. Look for the date 1974 and examine the coin under good lighting. Pay attention to the size and shape of the numbers in the date and confirm that there is no mint mark present. Even a worn coin might still be valuable if it has rare characteristics. Coin collecting is a hobby that combines history, discovery, and the excitement of treasure hunting. Every coin has passed through many hands over the years and has its own story to tell. A small Canadian penny from 1974 may have traveled across cities and towns before finally being recognized as a collectible item. The 1974 Canadian Elizabeth 1-cent coin reminds us that valuable treasures can still be hiding in ordinary places. Even a circulated coin with scratches and surface damage could turn out to be worth a surprising amount of money. Top 2. The 1982 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coin with AD mint mark and large date. This small copper penny may look ordinary, especially when it appears in circulated condition with scratches and surface damage, but certain rare examples have become extremely desirable among collectors. Some examples have been estimated to reach values around $150,000 in today's auction market, making this coin an exciting discovery for anyone interested in rare coins. The 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny with the D mint mark was produced at the Denver Mint. The small letter D located below the date shows where the coin was struck. Millions of pennies were made in Denver during 1982, and most of them are very common today. However, collectors know that the year 1982 is especially important in Lincoln penny history because it was a transition year when the United States Mint changed the metal composition of the penny from mostly copper to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. Because of this change, several different varieties of 1982 pennies were produced, and collectors carefully examine them to find rare and valuable examples. The front of the coin features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing to the right. Around the portrait are the words "In God We Trust" along the top, "Liberty" on the left side, and the date 1982 on the right side. Just below the date, you will find the small D mint mark identifying the Denver Mint. On large date examples, the numbers in the date appear thicker and more clearly shaped compared to small date varieties. Even on circulated coins where somewhere is visible, the large date style can usually still be recognized. The reverse side of the coin displays the Lincoln Memorial Building, which gives this design its popular name. At the top you will see the words United States of America, and just below that appears the motto E Pluribus Unum. The Lincoln Memorial stands in the center of the coin, and below the building are the words 1 cent. If you look very closely, you may be able to see the small image of the Lincoln statue inside the memorial, a tiny detail that makes this design especially interesting to collectors. The coin we are discussing is described as being in circulated condition with scratches and surface damage. Circulated coins have been used in everyday transactions and usually show signs of wear from years of handling. Scratches may appear across the surface, where the coin has rubbed against other coins. Surface damage can include small dents, discoloration, or rough areas on the metal. While collectors usually prefer coins in perfect condition, rarity can still make a circulated coin very valuable. Many valuable coins have been discovered in old jars, piggy banks, and family collections. People often overlook Lincoln Memorial pennies because they are so common, but rare varieties can still be hidden among ordinary coins. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the possibility that a simple penny could turn out to be a rare and valuable treasure. A rare 1982 D Lincoln Memorial penny valued around $150,000 would be considered an extraordinary discovery. Coins that reach values like this usually attract strong interest at auctions, where collectors compete to obtain rare pieces. Even coins with scratches and surface damage can still bring impressive prices if they have rare characteristics and are properly authenticated. If you have old pennies at home, it is always worth taking the time to examine them carefully. Look for the date 1982 and check for the small D mint mark below the date. Study the coin under good lighting and pay attention to the size and shape of the numbers in the date. Even a worn coin might still be worth far more than its face value if it has the right features. Coin collecting is not only about value but also about history and discovery. Every coin has traveled through many hands over the years and represents a small piece of American history. A simple Lincoln Memorial penny may have been used in everyday purchases before eventually becoming a collectible item. The 1982 Lincoln Memorial penny with AD mint mark reminds us that valuable coins can still be hiding in plain sight. Top 3. The famous 1955 United States wheat penny with no mint mark. This small 1-cent coin may look ordinary at first glance, especially if it has been circulated for many years with scratches and visible surface damage. But collectors know that certain 1955 wheat pennies can be extremely valuable. Even a circulated example with heavy wear and surface marks can attract serious attention in the coin collecting world. Some examples, like the one we are discussing today, have been estimated to reach values close to $95,000 in today's auction market, making this coin a true hidden treasure. The 1955 wheat penny was produced without a mint mark in Philadelphia, which means it was struck at the main United States Mint facility. Millions of pennies were made that year, and most of them are only worth a few cents today. However, certain large date varieties and rare, striking characteristics make some coins from this year incredibly desirable. Collectors carefully study details such as the size of the date, the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, and the condition of the wheat ears on the reverse side. Even in circulated condition, this coin can be valuable if it shows the right characteristics. A circulated coin means the penny was used in everyday transactions for many years. Because of that, it may have scratches, worn surfaces, and small dents. Surface damage can include discoloration, corrosion spots, or rough areas on the coin's metal. While damage usually lowers the value of a coin, rarity can still make a damaged example very desirable to collectors who want to complete their collections. The obverse side of the coin features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln facing right. Around the portrait, you will see the words "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" on the left side, and the date 1955 on the right side. Since this coin has no mint mark, the area below the date will appear blank, confirming it was minted in Philadelphia. On large date examples, the numbers in the date appear thicker and more bold compared to small date varieties, and this detail is very important for identification. The reverse side displays the classic wheat design that gives this coin its popular name. Two wheat stalks curve along the left and right edges of the coin, surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. At the top is the motto, E pluribus unum. This design was used on Lincoln pennies from 1909 until 1958 and remains one of the most loved designs among coin collectors. Many people have discovered valuable wheat pennies in old jars, drawers, and inherited coin collections. The 1955 wheat penny is especially famous among collectors because certain rare varieties became legendary. Because of this reputation, collectors carefully inspect every 1955 penny they find, hoping to discover a rare and valuable example. Even though the coin we are discussing is in circulated condition with scratches and surface damage, collectors may still pay very high prices if the coin shows desirable characteristics. Auction prices can vary depending on demand and authenticity, but rare examples have reached impressive values. A coin estimated around $95,000 would be considered an extraordinary find and could completely change the life of the person who discovers it. If you have old pennies at home, it is always worth checking the dates carefully. Many valuable coins are still waiting to be discovered in ordinary collections. Look closely for the year 1955 and check if there is no mint mark below the date. Also examine the coin for large date features and unusual details that might increase its value. Coin collecting is not only about money but also about history. Each wheat penny tells a story about the time when it was minted and the people who used it in everyday life. A simple 1-cent coin could have traveled across the country, passed through thousands of hands, and survived for decades before finally being recognized as a valuable collectible. The 1955 wheat penny, with no mint mark, remains one of the most exciting coins for collectors and treasure hunters. It reminds us that even the smallest coins can hold enormous value. Top 4. The 1988 Elizabeth 1-penny coin with no mint mark. At first glance, this small copper coin may look like ordinary pocket change, especially when it appears in circulated condition with scratches and visible surface damage. But certain rare examples have become extremely desirable among collectors. Some rare pieces have been estimated to reach values around $150,000 in today's auction market, making this penny one of the most exciting discoveries a collector could hope to find. This 1-penny coin features the portrait of Elizabeth II, who appeared on British coinage for many decades. The 1988 penny was widely circulated and used in everyday transactions, which is why most examples show clear signs of wear. Because millions of these coins were produced, the majority are only worth their face value today. However, rare varieties and unusual striking characteristics have made certain examples extremely valuable to collectors around the world. The coin we are discussing is described as having a large date with no mint mark. On coins like this, the numbers in the date appear bold and clearly shaped. Even when the coin is worn from circulation, the large date style can still be recognized by the thicker appearance of the numbers. The absence of a mint mark is normal for many British coins, but collectors still pay close attention to this detail when identifying rare varieties. On the front side of the coin, you will see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right. Around the portrait are the Latin inscriptions that identify the Queen and her title. Over time, circulated coins often develop scratches and surface marks across the portrait area. Even with surface damage, the outline of the Queen's portrait usually remains clearly visible. Many collectors enjoy studying the small details in the design even when the coin has been heavily used. The reverse side of the coin shows the traditional design used on British 1-penny coins during that period. The design features the seated figure of Britannia holding a trident and shield, symbolizing the strength and history of the nation. Above the design is the date 1988, and below is the denomination 1 penny. The details of Britannia's shield and trident may appear worn on circulated coins, but the overall design can still be easily recognized. This particular coin is described as being in circulated condition, which means it was used in everyday spending for many years. Circulated coins often show scratches caused by contact with other coins, as well as areas of discoloration and surface wear. Surface damage can include rough spots, small dents, or marks caused by environmental exposure. While collectors usually prefer coins in perfect condition, rarity can make even damaged coins very valuable. Many valuable coins have been discovered in old jars, drawers, and inherited collections. People often overlook older pennies because they seem too common to be worth anything significant. However, rare varieties can sometimes be hidden among ordinary coins. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the possibility that a simple coin might turn out to be an extraordinary treasure. A rare 1988 Elizabeth penny valued around $150,000 would be considered an exceptional discovery. Coins reaching this level of value usually attract strong attention at auctions, where collectors compete to obtain rare pieces for their collections. Even coins with scratches and surface damage can still bring impressive prices if they possess rare characteristics that collectors want. If you have old pennies at home, it is always worth taking a closer look. Check the date carefully and examine the coin under good lighting. Look for the year 1988 and study the size and shape of the numbers in the date. Even a worn coin could still be valuable if it has the right features. Coin collecting is not only about value, but also about history and discovery. Every coin has traveled through time and passed through many hands before reaching a collector. A small 1-penny coin from 1988 may have been used in shops, markets, and everyday purchases before eventually becoming a collectible item. The 1988 Elizabeth 1-penny coin reminds us that valuable treasures can still be hiding in ordinary places. Even a circulated coin with scratches and surface damage could turn out to be worth a remarkable amount of money.